Join me on an exciting journey as we conquer world objectives and while we immerse ourselves in a randomized playthrough. Oh yeah, and did I mention if anything faints along the way, they're banished off the team. So, without further ado, let's get to it! We start things off by visiting a gym, but before we get to take on the gym challenge, Nemona shows up and wants to have a battle for herself. She leads with the Mareep, and it gets absolutely destroyed by our Raboot. I don't know if it was because of the lucky critical hit, but it's gone. Next up is the water version of the Paldean and Tauros. And we give our Pikachu some time to shine here by sweeping it with a singular Electro Ball. Nice! However, her last Pokemon was nothing special, and only a Sprigatito, which we easily mow straight over. With Nemona out of the way, we begin Game Freak's attempt at Where's Waldo? And I can see what they were going for, and this by no means is the worst gym challenge, but it's just kinda meh. And maybe it's your favorite, and that's okay. It just personally didn't resonate very much with me. Diving directly into the gym battle, Ayano leads with a Gulpin. And surprisingly, it gets taken out with a single hit from Duat. Up next is Kilowattrel, and this bird gives me some trouble, but not enough to knock anyone off my team yet. Her second to last Pokemon is a Hisuian Sneasler. It evades 2 attacks from Pikachu. I don't feel like losing a Pokemon just yet, so I decide to swap it out for Gardevoir, and she takes it out with a singular Psy-Wave, leaving only her ace Pokemon, who is randomized to Espathra. Yep. After only a small exchange back and forth, Gardevoir easily secures the W. Funny side note, you get 4,320 Pokédollars for defeating her, but earlier we saw she got 5,000 Pokédollars as a tip. Looks like she's the real winner here.
Look at this photograph.
With the badge newly secured, I set out to see what's nearby, while I casually travel to the next Team Star raid balls. Along the way, we find a Buizel, a Corvisquire, including Pokemon I don't recall seeing last time, such as Hatenna. There was even an outbreak of Larvesta nearby, but I wasn't interested. Skiploom decided to disrupt my peaceful stroll and wouldn't let me run away twice. So, since it chose violence today, I had no choice but to thoroughly destroy it. I sped up my time exploring this area before I went to battle anyone, and there were a few standouts in the area, such as the ride form Koraidon. Gengar was running around, and I even saw that new weird Snell legendary thing, but overall, I didn't see any must-haves from this area. So I decided to move along. This little kid guarding the Team Star base turns out to be a lot more challenging than I was expecting. Turns out his Pokemon are on a similar level to mine. So I quickly make adjustments and send the correct Pokemon out to secure the W. And I decide I will come back here after defeating the Titan Pokemon. There's no way I'm gonna let the Team Star boss eliminate my entire team. Last time, this Titan swept my entire team and made me do a ton of grinding off screen, so it's finally time to rematch. What's he called? Great Tusk. During the travel, I saw a few Pokemon, but nothing noteworthy or must-have. And it's here that I'm glad I got a Gardevoir. She makes this Titan battle a piece of cake. Last time, I could barely damage this thing, but now, it went down in just 2 hits. We watched this thing casually ram its head into a mountain, knocking a giant hole in there. And then, Arven shows up. And now it's time for everyone's favorite game. What is Arven's Pokemon? We see him terrestrialize the Skull villain, but it says it's a Nimble. Yeah, okay, cool. Arven isn't much help this battle, but we got Gardevoir, and she carries us to success pretty easily. Now, there's only one Titan left to take down. We get the same old song and dance from Arven about how he has a sick dog and he needs to help it get better. But most importantly, our dog gets an upgrade, and he can finally fly.
Look at this photograph.
With the Titan out of the way, I'm not entirely sure I've done enough leveling up. So at this point, I run around and just see what there is to see and make my way kind of back towards the Team Star base. I find this Blissey and think, hey, I'd love to train my Pokemon up against this. This is some great experience. But as you can see, it just goes straight through the Blissey. Okay then. My game decided to crash. I think it was because I went near the lake and Pokemon were falling through the bottom of the lake since they couldn't all swim. But when I cut it back on, I found this thing, and I thought, oh, this would be super cool to add to the team. I suppose nobody told this Chi-Yu that Dynamaxing isn't in the game. As we can see, it's doing something. I didn't catch it due to the fact that it wouldn't stay in the ball. But I do think it's funny, but if you look at Gardevoir's head here, like every time it gets bigger, she's just like over there nodding. Afterwards, I set back out adventuring. I just go all around, take in the sights and see what's out there. I wasn't taking into consideration that since we're right here beside this lake, the Pokemon are gonna be extremely high leveled. But I saw something in here that caught my eye. I bump into a wild Mew. And of course, I want to add it to my team. That is, until I see it's a level 65. So then I panic and quickly make a switch in case it would not let me run. And in the process, I sacrifice a Alolan Grimer. But I was successful in getting out of there before my entire team got wrecked. Around this time, I'm just having fun, running around, looking at everything that there is. Like, these weird snail things, Chi something probably, they are everywhere. And this is the part I love most about randomizers. Just how crazy it is to see all these Pokemon grouped together in the wild. But there is something in this little forest area that catches my eye, and I have to have it, no matter what. And there it is. It is a Hoopa. It will be a part of my team. Let's go. So I go for the classic strats here. Priority 1 is to put it to sleep. Once that's taken care of, I will begin to work on slowly but surely getting its health down, as low as I can without killing it. It seems like when I try to catch Hoopa, the ball doesn't immediately break. So that is giving me some hope, especially compared to the other legendaries I've tried to catch so far. A few Ultra Balls later, and I've added my first legendary to the team. If you got an idea as to what I should name it, leave it for me in the comments. So with the reinvigorated confidence, I make my way back over to the poison type Team Star boss to take him on. Along the way, Raboot evolves into Cinderace. Wacky evolves into his final form, Rillaboom. And Duat evolves into a regular Samurott. I skip past the auto battle mechanic and get straight to the battle. where I take on Atticus, the poison type Team Star boss. He leads with a Sliggoo, but it doesn't stand a chance against our Gardevoir. He follows up with a Go-Goat. Okay. Which we take down pretty easily using only Samurott. The last Pokemon we face before taking on the Starmobile is a Pyroar. And it's terrestrialized into a normal type. Okay. I was certainly expecting it to become a fire type, but alright. Either way, we still take it down with our Samurott, leaving only the Starmobile. I was worried coming into this fight, but after newly evolving my Pokemon and catching a Hoopa in its unbound form, this battle was a piece of cake.
Look at this photograph.
Penny decides to make another appearance, but I got my doggo, and he runs her off super quick. And I set back off to explore the area. Maybe find something super cool that I could have missed earlier. If you've enjoyed this episode, please leave me a thumbs up. I edit and put these videos together in my spare time as a hobby. I try not to overdo it so much, so it doesn't take forever to get the next episode out. But you know, we all get carried away sometimes. Either way, I still want to thank you for hanging out with me this far into the video. I hope you had fun and were entertained. I look forward to seeing you again. Catch you next time!